Hello, I am Carrie and I am back with another collective reading. And this time, I'm reading about, I'm doing a prediction for 2025. So right now it's November. What is today's date? It's the 23rd, November 23rd, 2024. I'm just asking about the energy of 2025. Like, what do we even expect? What should we expect? And it's funny because I don't necessarily like to do predictions. I like to do energy readings, but this is a prediction. So let's see what happens. First, I want to say thank you so much for your love, your light, your positive energy. Thank you so much for being here. And I am going to get started now. So we start with this top row. 2025 is looking interesting. First we have deceit, and then second chakra, Archangel Ariel, anxiety, patience, and healer of the ages. It's interesting because I feel like 2025 is going to just call for us to make sure we're paying attention to our inner truth, especially if it's starting off with some deceit. Because this guy has like money in his hands, it makes me think of like it has to do with your livelihood or things that can affect your financials. So it could literally maybe something to do with stocks or something. Like I wouldn't make any predictions based off of this reading, especially when it comes to my money. But we've got deceit being clarified by the Ten of Pentacles and the Emperor. The Emperor, he runs everything, right? Ten of Pentacles is also money, but it's like if you are in your Ten of Pentacles energy, everything's all right. It's all good. You got everything you need. So I'm wondering if that's where the deceit is. It's just kind of like, imagine having everything you need, but feeling like you don't, feeling like there's some kind of, like there's a threat to your livelihood. That's what I'm feeling here. That's where the deceit is coming from. It's like there's actually, like everything's fine. Like you are in your Emperor energy. You are in your Ten of Pentacles energy, but there's some deceit coming here. And because this is in the beginning of the reading, I think it's going to be in the beginning of 2025. The message that I see here though for you is just that, or the prediction I have is that everything actually is okay. It's just like watch what you listen to or intake, because it might make you feel like it's not okay. It might make you feel your livelihood is at risk, but you are in your Ten of Pentacles energy. Really, in reality, it's all good. And we've got second chakra, Archangel Ariel, and the Magician, clarified by the Eight of Swords. Archangel Ariel is all about creativity, sexuality, sensuality. That's being clarified by the Magician. So it really is creativity. Like you're creating something new, you're doing something new. And because it's being clarified by the Eight of Swords, I really feel like there's something, like you're going to create something out of the box. So if we put these two together, the deceit and the second chakra, I feel like whatever is happening in 2025 is going to make you look to do something different than you've ever done before. What realm it is that you'll be doing this different thing, I am not sure, but it's going to require you to think differently than you've ever thought before. So the Magician, he has everything he needs. He's got the cups, he's got his wand, sword, pentacle. He's got every single thing he needs so he can create anything from those four elements, because that's all you need to create something. But because you need to be creative in this, I have a feeling that either you might not have all of the elements or you just got all the elements. You know what I mean? It's like you're doing this, the circumstances around you doing the thing that you're doing new, is that you don't, the circumstances around you doing the things that you're doing new is different than it used to be. So you used to either have all of your elements or you just got all of them. And I'm kind of leaning towards the just got all of them, because the Magician is here, is upright. And this Eight of Swords is talking about it like a mindset change. You used to be kind of small-minded or limited in your thinking, but if you have all of everything you need, then your thinking is going to expand, because it's like, oh, I don't have to take these shortcuts anymore. I don't have to like try to figure this stuff out like this anymore. I can just make the direct thing and like directly manifest what it is that I'm looking for. But again, now because it is with this second chakra creativity, you might have to take the shortcuts. There might be something missing. There might be something that you aren't too sure of, which is putting you in this type of energy. So it's wanting you to expand your mind and be like, you know what, I am the magician. I can think outside the box. I have all the elements I need. I can do this. Whatever it is, though, in 2025, you're going to be tapping into your creative energy to create something, because that's what the magician does. He makes things happen. If we look in the center of the reading, we got anxiety. That's being clarified by the Four of Wands and the Page of Cups. So it is a bit scary to see anxiety showing up in the middle of the reading, because that's kind of like the overall general energy. That's how I like to read it. But the thing that makes me happy is that this is in the middle, like this is the middle of the top, but this is the center card of everything that's going on in the reading. And that's the Four of Wands. That is your stability. So it makes me happy to see that no matter what is going on, and because anxiety is kind of like a swords card, it reminds me of just mental energy. No matter what's going on in your mind, your stability is there, and the physical is there. We also have the Page of Cups at the bottom here. The Page of Cups is like imagination. Again, it's making me think of this anxiety, mental energy, but in reality, everything's okay. So we're seeing deceit here. It's like, it's kind of bringing this together. It's like, I don't know what's going to happen in 2025, but something's going to kind of shake people, shake the confidence, shake their beliefs. But in reality, things are okay. That's what I keep seeing. Next, we have patience being clarified by Judgment and the Hierophant. So when I see the Judgment card, I always think of what comes around comes around. What you put in, you're going to get out. It's like whatever is going on here is always it's going to be handled. Like, mess around and find out, FAFO, as people say. I really feel like this, whatever situation is happening, with patience, it's going to be handled. Over time, it's going to be handled. It's always going to be balanced out in the end. Like, that's what I just keep hearing. And because we have the Hierophant clarifying that, I kind of really feel like it's up to you to, number one, make sure whatever it is that you're taking in is going to be the truth. And number two, like discerning that for yourself. The Hierophant is the teacher. The Hierophant is like the bridge between spirit and, you know, the people, because he or she is teaching those people what spirit has said. And so whatever it is that you are paying attention to, it needs to be, I would highly recommend it being from your own intuition and not from anyone else. I think that some of this deceit and anxiety can be from outside sources saying XYZ, this is going to happen, you should do this with your money, you should blah, blah, blah. But in reality, there's something different going on, from what, like all of these major cards are kind of like spooky. But to me, when we dig deeper, like the reality of the situation is that everything is okay. There's nothing to worry about. That you should stick to the things that you know and believe in. Like, stick to the things you know. Do not look outside for somebody else to tell you what to do, and what to do with your money and how to move and da-da-da. Like, no, you know. Make sure you stick to your own knowledge. And then we've got the Healer of the Ages being clarified by two sevens. 7 of Cups, 7 of Swords. This is interesting. Healer of the Ages. There's a lot of options out there. But the Healer of the Ages is going to direct you to the correct one. And I like seeing this 7 of Swords here, because 7 of Swords to me talks about a lot of different information that you could be getting from many sources. Imagine the internet. You look up one thing and you're going to get all these websites, just like website after website after website that have this one single topic. But the one that you're going to go to is the one that you trust the most. Hopefully, the one that has like the best research done. It's like, okay, historically, whenever I use this website, it tells me the honest truth. If I keep scrolling down to these strange websites that I don't know anything about, I'm going to be less confident in that. And that's what I see here when I see the 7 of Cups and the 7 of Swords. It's kind of like there's going to be a lot of different information out there, but the Healer of Ages, or to me, Healer of Ages is going to be like the thing that clears the energy for you, clears the confusion from your mind. And it's going to be whatever that truth source is. I'm really getting you guys, 2025, we got to stick to the truth. We got to pay attention to what's really going on. It is a 9 energy, so I feel like there might be a lot of endings or whatever happening, and it can seem a little bit scary, but if we remember that endings lead to new beginnings, which is truth, because it's just a law of the universe. If something ends, something's going to begin. Like, that's just how it works. Then we don't have to worry. We don't have to sit in this anxiety energy. So I feel like the Healer of Ages is going to be the thing that helps us resolve these issues. So just, this is an energy reading. This is the type of energy that's going to be around. And after pulling these cards, I was like, let me get some advice, because these seem a bit confusing. It seems like what's going on, the truth, and there's the truth, and there's like this overall overarching energy, and I just don't feel like it's the truth. I don't know if it's like something going on in the world that's going to bring a lot of anxiety or what. But I pulled these two cards from one of my favorite decks to use when it comes to advice. Let me find the deck. This one. The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. It's based on that book. And I just pulled these two cards. We have first, don't make assumptions. Learn to ask questions. And then we have, be impeccable with your words. Seek to know the truth. So both of these are about like, learn to ask questions, seek to know the truth. These are about like making sure that your sources are correct, making sure that whatever it is that you are seeing, believing, understanding outside of yourself, that you make sure to find the truth within. And I don't know why, I just thought about like AI and how some of those videos and photos are like super fake, but these days AI is getting so good that people like are starting to believe those photos are real. So maybe don't believe everything you see. Don't even believe everything that's written in the news. Don't believe videos. Like it used to be, don't believe everything you hear, but you usually could believe what you saw. But now it's like, can we believe what we see now? Very interesting. I want to read the back of this. Learn to ask questions. It's always better to ask questions than to make assumptions. Have the courage to ask questions until you are as clear as you can be. Once you hear the answer to a question, you won't have to make assumptions because you will know the truth. I feel like that's pretty straightforward. When it comes to dealing with people, when it comes to even looking up stuff on the internet, like I just want to teach kids so much about some of the things that were taught to me when it comes to like finding sources and making sure your sources are correct. Because somebody can comment on a picture and say, oh, this is the incorrect way to do this. You should do it X, Y, and Z. But who is that person to say that? You would need to know and trust that source, or trust that person that's saying that this is the correct way to do it. You would need to know, like, okay, do you have a degree in this? How long have you studied this? What is your expertise in this area before you even trust what they say? But I feel like sometimes, especially with younger people, because they're used to trusting adults or people who seem trustworthy, they may take things at face value when really it's just somebody who wants attention. And then we have seek to know the truth. When you hear an opinion and believe it, you make an agreement and it becomes part of your belief system. The only thing that can break this agreement is to make a new one based on truth. Only the truth has the power to set you free. That's what I'm getting from this healer of the ages energy. It's like this healer of the ages is the thing that is the truth. It's the thing that's going to help clear this confusion from your brain, which is you figuring out what the actual truth and honest answer is. I don't know what it is that's going to cause us anxiety in 2025. Honestly, I don't think it matters much, as long as we make sure to hold on to what we know and believe in, and make sure, to be scientists in our own lives, to make sure, all right, this advice that I'm getting, is it accurate? Who is it coming from? What stake do they have in the game? Should I believe what they are saying, or are they trying to manipulate me in some way, which I'm seeing here with the deceit? And the things that you do take and receive as truth, does it make you feel anxious, or do you understand, like, okay, this makes sense to me because this is a part of what I've already been believing and seeing? Or is it like completely out of left field and you're choosing to go like freak out about something? When it comes to your like stability, like you being okay, basically. I'm thinking about root chakra energy, like you having everything you need, your stability, your food, whatever. Like to me, I see 2025, that's going to be fine. It's just going to be some things that pop up that make us believe that things are not okay. That I don't know what things either. I honestly don't want to delve too deep into it, because I'm feeling like it's not about the lies or whatever out there that scares us. It's about what we do with that information and how we choose to live in that information. And the advice that we're getting is to ask more questions, to understand it and make sure it's true before we just assume that it is. And we need to make sure that whatever we believe that we understand, it's going to change us. it becomes part of your belief system. If you start believing that it's going to change you, it's going to change the way you act, the way you move, the type of people you hang out with, how you go outside, what you wear, blah, blah, like it's going to change you. So if it's not something that you truly believe in, make sure you don't make that agreement to believe it. Make sure that you do some work and research first before you decide to take that in as a part of your belief system, because that's a big thing. Okay, you all, that is the prediction from 2025. It looks like we're just going to have to make sure we stay in our own power and know our truth for ourselves. All right. Can't wait to see how it goes.